You think being bad with money is a personal failure. But what if it's actually your brain's way of protecting you from a deeper wound? I've seen it in so many people, the shame spiral around money, the late fees, the impulse buys, the avoidance of bank statements. But when I dug into Stoic philosophy, I found a different story. Our spending habits are often coping mechanisms, not character defects. Epictetus, born a slave in 50 AD, understood this intimately. He wrote, "It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them." Think about that. The money isn't the problem. It's what money represents to you: security, worth, control. When you grew up with instability, money becomes a bandage for emotional wounds. You're not bad with money. You're trying to soothe a past that still whispers in your ear. And here's the twist you haven't considered. I once worked with a client named David. He earned six figures but was constantly broke. He'd buy expensive gadgets, treat friends to dinners he couldn't afford. When we traced it back, his father had left when he was 7, and money was always scarce. As an adult, spending felt like control, like proving he wasn't that scared kid anymore. But the Stoics would say, freedom is not achieved by satisfying desire, but by eliminating it. Now, let's talk about the second layer, the dopamine trap. Every purchase gives you a hit of pleasure, a temporary escape from that deep unease. Seneca, the Stoic statesman, warned us, "It is not the man who has too little who is poor, but the one who hankers after more." Your brain doesn't want the thing. It wants the feeling of safety. But here's the painful truth most people miss. Research from Duke University found that people who experienced financial hardship as children are more likely to overspend as adults, even after their income stabilizes. It's the same pattern as emotional eating. You're not hungry, you're stressed. You're not buying, you're coping. The Stoic philosopher Musonius Rufus taught that we should examine our impulses before acting, asking, does this serve my nature or my fear? The deepest insight? Your relationship with money mirrors your relationship with yourself. If you feel unworthy, you'll spend to prove you're enough. If you fear scarcity, you'll hoard or binge. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, not your bank balance, not your credit score, your thoughts." The spending is just a symptom of the story you're telling yourself about who you are, and that story can be rewritten. But first, you have to see the pattern for what it really is. Consider the example of a woman named Maria. She grew up in poverty, and every paycheck triggered anxiety. She'd spend it all immediately because saving felt like preparing for a disaster that never came, and that was too painful. The Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, premeditating evils, actually helped her reframe saving as preparation, not fear. She learned to sit with her discomfort instead of spending through it. Here's what this all means for you. Your financial habits are not random. They are responses to a past that is still scripting your present. The Stoics called this prohairesis, the power of choice. You can choose to see your spending triggers not as failures, but as signals. Every time you reach for your wallet when you're anxious, that's a message. The question isn't, how do I stop spending? But, what am I trying to comfort myself about? When you answer that honestly, the money starts to flow differently. When people ignore this truth, they stay trapped in a cycle. I've watched brilliant, kind people destroy relationships and futures because they couldn't stop treating money like a therapy session. The cost isn't just financial, it's emotional. It's the shame, the secrecy, the feeling of being out of control. Seneca called this voluntary slavery. But you don't have to stay enslaved. Here's the truth. Being bad with money isn't a character flaw. It's a wound that's been waiting for the right treatment. And the treatment isn't a budget. It's understanding. Stoic philosophy gives you the tools to heal the root. not just trim the branches. If this resonated, subscribe to heal your relationship with money and yourself. Next week, we'll explore how Stoic principles can help you break free from the cycle of comparison and find true contentment. See you then. Follow for timeless wisdom that actually works today.